And when Rastafari were talking about eating Ital, it was just about eating, it was about using the natural plants and herbs. Grow your own organic food in your little garden. Drink the natural spring water. You know, it come from afar. It's not a hurry come up thing, it was a liberty. And it's still a liberty to the Rastafari community, so we must never forget that foundation. No matter how far this veganism go, from Jamaica to Europe to Africa to Asia, remember that little Jamaica within the Rastafari movement, they were always advocating for eating Ital and being vital. Alright, so Ibi, what you have to say about that?
Yeah, real talk, sister. Real talk. So you mentioned eating Ital and vital. I want to mention some of the pioneers who championed the whole Ital vital. You know, I want to mention a brother named King Ital. He passed away last year. You know what I mean? His soul rest in peace. But King Ital was from in the 70s. Most of the one, some persons here might know of King Ital. The man there sell food from, food is like, how much? Like $20, $10 box, him tell me. He must sell food from downtown Kingston. So you know what I mean? So from that time, I want to also mention Sister Minnie from the Minnie's restaurant. Yeah.
Sister Minnie, as you know, most people know her. She passed away as well. She started a restaurant in her yard in Standpipe in the 1970s as a young 21-year-old Afrocentric Rasta woman, you know. And so she started and she moved from there to where the U.S. Embassy is right now. And when she moved from the U.S. Embassy, she went to where the Chinese Benevolent Association is right now. And then she moved from there to Ocherias. But she was one of those pioneers who encouraged and promoted plant-based food in Jamaica and eating. And her specialty was making vegetarian yatties. You know, nowadays we talk about vegetarian patties, but you know Rasta redefine everything, right? So when you say vegetarian yatti, we're not talking about no meat patty. So we say a yatti is a vegetarian. A yatti is a what? Vegetarian patty. Write it down on a book here and record it. So don't forget, Sister Minnie, give thanks to Sister Minnie and Phillips. Rest in power. We also have Profi, of course, original. You know, from them time there, Rastaman, who always promote live food, you know, eating healthy, eating more live than cooked food. We also want to talk about Rastafari Indigenous Village. And when we talk about the Rastafari Indigenous Village, we can't forget the houses of Rastafari. Naya Bingi House, the 12 tribe, the Bobo Shanti. These are all pioneers in eating Ital food from long before people perceive, as I said, vegan and vegetarian. So these are some of the pioneers. We have Sister Yvonne Hope for Ashanti Oasis, who also started, I heard about in the 70s as well, pushing her vegan agenda and mission within Rastafari, eating clean liberty. Sister Yvonne Hope, owner of Ashanti Oasis, also a pioneer. And you spoke of King Ital, Ibi. We'll talk about Bravo, who, you know, some of these persons are past, you know, like Bravo has passed. Sister Yvonne is still around, of course. We also have Imperial Kitchen. And I remember as a teenager going to high school in the mid to late 90s, I used to go to Imperial Kitchen off Ackee Road here. You know, them time they never have no vegetarian places, very few. So Kish rather, and Sister Marlene, they also pioneered in promoting the Ital vibration and eating vegetarian and vegan. Alright, we also have Aris Latham, of course, the father and master of Sunfire Foods, who is here today, who's going to be doing his demonstration later. We also have a Liberty Vegetarian Restaurant, and most of you who know Liberty know the link. You know, Liberty was a vegetarian restaurant. Liberty standing for life is very important to you. That started in 2002. It was a couple of four, including myself and Ibi, Isla Mariam, Stephen Chin, and Wendy Coury Chin, Debbie Belcher, and Garfield Brown, and Sahai Scott, and Asha McHale, came together to start Liberty at Hollow Road back in 2002, because merely we were working in corporate Jamaica, we couldn't find an Ital food to eat. At lunchtime in the canteen, a pure meat. So we said, all right, we have to go try something. So all of us came together as a collective and said, let us try preparing our own meals and extend it to the community, you know. And of course, Liberty was also a later pioneer, you know. House of Dread, we can't forget. House of Dread, as you know, was from the 1970s too, right? House of Dread, a lot of people used to go House of Dread back down in Dina Road back in the days to get there. And when you talk about Ital, when you talk about House of Dread, they are the real Ital, because all the other vegetarian restaurants I spoke about earlier wasn't as Ital as Hausa dread. When you say to this day, also you don't even use salt. You know, they minimize oil. Because you know, oil is promote a lot of fat. They cook very Ital, use a lot of coconut milk and all those things. So we have to give thanks for the real Ital like Hausa dread. Alright?
Yeah, real. And we have some other pioneers to mention as the proceedings proceed. So yeah, on stage right now, we say Plantain. Plant-based. We say sweet pepper. Some people call it bell pepper. Bless up taste of Italy, Marvin's about bell pepper. We say, what the next name for avocado in Jamaica?
Pear.
Eh?
Pear.
Pair of shoes? Pair of pants? No, living. Real fear. Jamaica fear. Right now, yeah, bless up Jana in this part today. She mentioned the pear avocado. So I say 3 pair. Yeah, I say plate, I say cutting board, I say basket where my grandmother normally go market with. Yes, so make out a straw. So yeah, with no further ado, we want to introduce this prolific, extraordinary, talented, humble, unique chef. I know him from him a little youth, him grow up on me now. Him grow up on me now, I turn big man, but it's good, we all have to grow. Know him from around me hungry, you know what I mean? And I see him take him think on a different level. But officially, Ketis Oyonde, I want you to introduce Chef Vita.
Alright, Chef Vita, I like the name, it sounds like Vital. Right, so let me just give you a little background on Chef Vita. Now known for his culinary prowess in the kitchen, O'Shane, Chef Vita Warren is taking vegan cuisine to a next level, and you'll see the demonstration here today. The young chef brings an exciting new twist to his dishes that are not only pleasing to the eyes, but taste just as great. Currently, Warren is one of the head chefs at Me Hungry Wholesome Food, which is a vegan restaurant, raw food restaurant specifically, located in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Mandeville. For Warren, his dreams of becoming a chef started in a small community called the Brampton, located in Trelawney. At the time, he was living with his father, and in his free time, he would visit the Rasta man. Wouldn't visit? You see the foundation of the Rasta man, we can't go around it, you know, with the Ital thing. All right? He would visit his Rastafarian friend, Victor Foster, aka Javita. Now I see where you get the name. Yes, Javita, a real Rasta man. Now it was here that he learned about the dynamics of Ital food and the Rastafari culture. Today, please help me to welcome Chef Vita!
Bless up everybody, thanks for having me. All right. Yeah. Much respect. I want to thank you all for coming out. My name is Chef Vita, as the Empress just said before. Give you a little introduction of me and where I'm coming from. And I want to thank you all for making it out to this Ital Food Fest. So today, I'm going to do a nice demonstration. So as you can see here, we have ripe plantains. All these ingredients here are grown in Jamaica. We can find them seasonal. We have avocado, which is seasonal, but the ripe plantain, avocado. I went ahead and I did a crust. So as you can see, this crust right here was made from sunflower seed, almond nuts, herbs, spices. The spices that I use are turmeric and black salt. The herbs is parsley. We use onions, tomatoes, bell peppers. Let me come up closer so you guys can see. And this crust is actually dehydrated, so all the enzymes in this crust is alive. So we'll call it raw food. Some people will call it live food. So with a food processor, in raw food, texture is key. So all you need as a raw foodist or a person who is preparing meals, you need a food processor. One, you need a dehydrator, you need a blender, and your cooking utensils. So here, with all those equipment, you can create something that's so colorful and amazing like this. As you can see the different colors, you see the green, you see some of the almonds. It just shows you how beautiful preparing food is without you actually using preservatives that are not healthy for you. All of this is natural ingredients, and look how colorful it is. We're going to do a demonstration. So the goal here, after I dehydrated this crust, the goal is to make fillings. A meal like this is very good as a savory dish for the family, for friends, good finger food. So we're gonna fill this up with ingredients. We're gonna do the ripe spice plantain. I'm gonna teach you how to spice ripe plantain because it's already cooked by the sun, as what Aris would say at Sunflower Foods. The sun already cooked it. So the enzymes is alive. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add herbs, spices to actually make it more palatable in a more flavorful way. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill it with plantains. If you have ackee, you can use ackee. If you have mushrooms, you can use mushrooms. If you want to make like an almond nut meat, you can use nut meat. Versatile, anything, you know, but texture is key. And that's why it looks like this, because it's dehydrated. To complement the filling, we're going to put avocado, aka pear, aka aguacate. What I found out in there, they call it aguacate. And then now we're gonna put a savory tomato and sunflower seed garlic sauce over it to layer, and then we're gonna seal it off with herbs, spices for decoration. So we start here, and you guys will see how it ends out.
All right.
Ashe.
So I went ahead and actually prepped my ripe plantains. As you can see, remember what I said to you guys, texture is key. The texture is key. As you can see how thin they are, the texture is very thin because in that way, proper digestion, you can chew it properly. And when you cut the pie, everything just flows properly. If I went ahead and just put a whole plantain in it, it's not gonna work out. So remember, texture is key. As you can see, the plantains are actually cut thin. All right. We're going to go ahead and add the rest of plantain to the container. For me, when you're preparing raw food dishes, I love to use coconut oil because it gives off that nutty flavor. But today we're using olive oil. So we're gonna add the olive oil for some lubrication over the plantains. Right here, we have our powder seasonings. We have turmeric, black salt, and garam masala. These spices, you can find them in any Indian store. Any Indian store where you are, you can go and get them. When you're doing live food, I would strongly recommend you use black salt. Or just use black salt because it gives the food a next level of flavor. The other salts, don't do it. Black salt is the way. And if you put black salt on avocado, it will taste just like egg. Give it a try. All right, so we're going to add our powder seasoning. We have the garam masala. We're gonna add our turmeric powder. Remember now, before the plantain was bland, and now we're adding the seasoning to it. We're gonna change the color profile of these plantains now. So give it a look. So as you can see, slowly but surely, it's changing the color profile of the plantains. And we're gonna take it up another notch when I put the bell peppers, the herbs and spices to it. So you see the oil actually helps spread all those ingredients around the plantain, you know? And I promise you guys, we're gonna take this plantain to the next level. It's just the beginning. Watch this.
That's the beginning. Watch this.
We're gonna go for herbs to bring in some greenness, because for me, I love to add colors to my dish. As you can see, we have the yellow, we have green, and we have red. So everywhere you go, Rasta color there in the thing. You can't say Ital and you put Rasta in the colors in the thing. You have to have the colors. Yes. And remember people, less is best. It's perfect when you use less, because less, you don't want to overkill your dishes. You don't want to overkill the flavor. You want everything in the meal to have their own experience, their own texture, their own profile. You want everything to be balanced. So what we're gonna do after we add in these herbs, we're just gonna give it a little turn and look at that. See? Very colorful already. We're gonna go ahead and prep our green bell pepper, yellow ones, and some tomatoes. So remember I said before, texture is key. And with these bell peppers, we're gonna cut them very thin to get that thin texture, because we don't want to, when we're eating this savory, juicy pie, we're going to have any difficulties in swallowing. So we add in the yellow, we're gonna add in the green, and then we're gonna go for the red after this. Yes, you can smell it, don't you? Yeah. The ingredients are just smelling up the air right now. And the juices from the tomato will go for them. All right, then we get for the red bell pepper. And then after we add in the bell peppers and the herbs, we're gonna add in our onions. You don't want to overkill the dish with onions, because you don't want to have onion bread. You don't know, that wouldn't be nice. So we're going to just go for one slice of onions, because I know everybody in the audience is going to need a slice of this pie when I'm finished. And I don't want nobody to go around in an Ital face with onion bread and then say, oh yeah, oh, Vita do it. Alright? So guess what? We're not going to overkill. We're just gonna use a little to add a little flavor profile of onions to this dish. So I'm just gonna use a little. I'm not gonna use all of it. Just leave this right here. And then after we do that, it's time to spin oil, and we're just gonna spin all in.
All raw food, remember that.
So look at that. Look at this color profile. Look how amazing this looks. So juicy, succulent, vitality, oh, live. And the reason why I choose plantains is because plantains are very sweet. We can get them anywhere in the country, anywhere we are, we can get plantains. Instead of using mushrooms, where sometimes people cannot get mushrooms. As Rastas, we grow our own food. So you know, in the backyard, every backyard in Jamaica have a plant tree. So it's simple. Plantains, now you know how to spice ripe plantains without frying it or boiling it, okay? Okay, so look at that, very colorful. So we're going to add this plantain to the crust.
All right, excuse.
So the plantain is actually the filling for the first layer of filling for the pie. As you can see. Yes. If I add Ackee, if I was using Ackee, I would have used my food processor to process down the Ackee. So it brings down the texture of the Ackee. And believe me, the Ackee would be raw. All right, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to actually slightly press. We're going to press all of these plantains down to make this pie very firm, as you can see. And dishes like these are very easy to prepare for the kids because all the end, look at that. Look at that.
I can't take a picture.
I can lean this. All the colors. You see the red, you see the green, you see the yellow. You see, look at that. Even if I tilt it like this,
Wait.
it's still firm. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure your pie filling is so firm. So when I do this right now, I'm just going to add the avocados on top. So the technique that I'm going to do with the avocados is called the fan technique. You guys gonna see how I cut the avocado and then spread it on it. And when I'm finished, it's gonna stay locked on it and have this fun artistic look. Then after that, we're going to make our own savory sauce that I made. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can make it. We're gonna add it over it for a nice layer to hold the whole pie. And then we're gonna add our toppings. So
You
it's
can
stay.
bend it.
Smells real good.
Yeah.
I hear you mention taste.
Yum.
Can't wait.
Right.
Yeah, real life food, Chef Vita. And avocado is in now. So when avocado is out, you can
So when avocado is not in season, what you can do is you could use the ackee as the bottom layer, or mushrooms, or nut meats. You have the almond nut meat or your walnut meat, use it for the base, and then you could use the plantains on top for your top layer. Or better yet, if you don't want to use anything for a top layer, you could just go straight in ackee all the way or mushroom all the way, and then use your sauce as your top layer. When you do that, you can actually put it in the fridge for it to sit for a while. The amazing thing with raw food is the more you leave the food for the ingredients and the herbs to marinate in the food is the most flavorful it will be. I promise you. So if you say you spice the meal this evening, you put it in the fridge for it to marinate, the next day the flavors are going to be top notch. Yeah.
alright, so this one not gonna get to marinate.
Yes. So what we're doing right here, we're splitting this avocado in two phases. For us to do the fan technique, we're going to actually peel off the layer of the avocado. Please, I urge you, get a firm avocado. I really urge you. If you get like a soft one, it's going to flop your show, you know? Yes. It's not gonna be very funny with a nice look. So, yeah. All right. So before I said we're going to do like a fan technique. This is what I was talking about.
Okay.
Just like that. And when you do this, you add avocado around the other areas of the pie to just make it more artistic. So we're actually stacking it on the pie. As you can see, it holds, right? All that oil, natural fats, moisture, everything holds on to each other. And that's the beauty with food. Once you add all the ingredients and combine things, you can create amazing dishes like these. All right? So we're going to finish off the pie. We get another avocado. Split it down the middle. Give it a little twist. All right. And then we just peel off these parts off of it. Who is in the crowd who is allergic to avocado?
Nobody.
Oh my gosh. Anybody here allergic to mushrooms?
Me.
Alright, so that means it's a good thing I didn't use mushrooms. Is that alright? So we're going to put on the final layer of avocado onto this pie. And I'm gonna bring it closer to you guys so you can see the beauty.
Woo.
The reason why I go in the middle is because I want to use my knife and then flatten it so it can have that slope at the top and then it just follows through on the edges. Set. All right.
Right.
All right, look at this.
Right. Make sure you come over here.
Look at that. It's all locked in. You know, nothing was put in the oven, all natural. Look at that. So colorful. And now because we add all the fillings onto this dish, we're going to actually top it off with our toppings. All right, for it to be more creative.
Oh, I thought I was ready to eat.
Yeah. All right.
So you know about top crust?
Top crust?
Yeah, you know about top crust.
Oh, wait, repeat what you said?
Oh, you're not going to do a top crust. You want to
A top crust? Yeah, man, we're going to add our top layer, which is going to be my tomato sauce and my sunflower seed garlic sauce combined together to make a nice, tiny, sweet. Yeah, we're going to spread it on top. So, yeah, man, we're going to do that.
exactly where I go.
That's what you mean, right? All right, yeah, man. All right, so we're going to add in on the sauce now. So this tomato sauce was made from dates, tomatoes, parsley, onions, scotch bonnet pepper. You have a turmeric, garam masala, and your black salt. So this sauce now you can put on, if you're doing jerk, grilled veggies, you can use this sauce on your grilled veggies. Like if you're not into tomato, you could use this as a tomato sauce. Right? Yeah. Then we're going to go in our sunflower seed garlic sauce. We're going to add that on. Then now, we're going to combine everything. Look at that. Yeah, just like that. And then we're gonna add this on top of the pie.
Alright.
We don't want to overkill the pie with the sauce because we want the artistic, creative energy, visuals of the avocado to be shown. So we're going to kind of give it a light glaze. And it's so funny how this pie matches my chef jacket. Yeah, it wasn't planned, you know, it was just organic. Alright, look at that. Look how creative that looks. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll be ready for this, guys. Anticipating.
Oh my God. So we're going for our red, yellow, and green. Yes, and then the tomatoes. We're going to decorate this amazing avocado and spice plantain pie. So we had our tomatoes right around the pepper. Then we're going to go in with the bell peppers.
Turn off. Remove that.
You know this all know no pot no go on fire. You notice that? All know no pot no go on fire. All right. Anybody have any question? Go ahead. When you're eating? How much did that pie cost?
Priceless.
Priceless. Priceless.
Priceless.
Priceless.
Look
You can
at
come
that.
around?
We're gonna come closer.
Yes, sir.
Look
Can you
at that.
turn it this way?
Did good, Rasta. Yes, sir.
Everybody's gonna love this.
That is nice and easy, colorful. And then we're gonna make our first cut so you guys can see the different levels.
When you finish, turn this way. Turn this way when you finish. Can you turn? Alright.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna cut.
Oh, you're not finishing. Right.
So in my hand, I have the mic and I have a pen. No fork.
What a word.
Huh? Yeah, no, well, chef gonna cut him, but the good thing about it, I mean, everything as I mentioned, natural, and I like how his passion while doing it. You know what I mean? Just flowing, you know. So he himself is in the meal. The good thing about a vegan or a raw food chef is in it, is holistic. Yeah.
Ready.
So, as you can see, every layer, you can see the cut, you can see the avocado.
Yeah.
You can see all the cut from the avocado, you can see the plantains, you can see the crust, you can see all the creativity, the juices, everything.
Turn it this way.
Natural.
Ah,
You can smell it. Yeah.
yeah.
Give one more Vita, please.
Yes, I. Meals like these are this is spiritual food. Spiritual food.